All right, welcome back, everyone.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Blake Reese here, Cross Country Mortgage. I'm sitting, hanging out with my buddy Stu Hennefer, a longtime preferred realtor for many, many years. And this market has been a crazy one, for sure. And I sometimes sit in what we do and think about what's going on in the real estate market. And I've recently been kind of wondering, on our side, we've seen some changes happening, of course, some big changes, and I wanted to get your opinion on where things were at 6 months ago versus where they're at now, and then how that's changing the strategy maybe of the buyers that you're working with and the sellers.
Yeah, absolutely. No, a lot have changed. Strategy of buyers right now, 6 months ago, we were still seeing multiple offers. Rates were in the 3%, but our inventory was low. The normal market in Salt Lake County, we run about 4,000 homes on the market, condos to $1 million homes or above. And in April, we were about 550. Okay. Once interest rates started rising, they went to 4%. Then they went to 5%. Every month since that's been rising, we've increased our inventory by almost 500 homes per month.
Interesting.
Okay. It slowed down a little bit, but right now we're sitting about 2,500. Okay. Still far from 4,000. But far from 500 as well. So when we see this market shift, all the multiple offers have kind of disappeared unless somebody markets their home really aggressively.
Okay. And that's big deal. I mean, it is the switch. From what I've seen on my side, it feels like the faucet shut off and like turning in different. The hot water shut down and the cold water has started, but it's shifted it. But I'd really like to know how is that shifting? I think there's still, at least from what I can tell, a good place in it for sellers. And also a perfect time for buyers too. I'd like to know get your take on that, and also, like I said, maybe the strategies some of the strategies you're using.
Yeah, I mean, in the springtime, we were seeing a lot of cash offers, and financing wasn't even an issue, right? Where did those guys go?
Yeah.
Well, those guys that have cash, they're also pretty smart people.
Yeah.
Okay. Interest rates does not matter to them. They're more worried about what's going on in their portfolio, the stock market, the rest of the country, the rest of their going on.
Right.
They don't think that right now. They think it's going to go down a little bit more, and it might.
Okay.
Wintertime, warrants that.
We'll see.
But so those guys are gone, and the faucet didn't get turned off. It's really shifted.
Okay.
I held an open house the other day on just off Wasatch Boulevard between Big and Little Cotton Canyons.
Right.
House was $750,000, little quirky house, but it's nice. Part of it's remodeled, part it's not. In a 2-hour open house, I had over 40 sets of buyers come through.
Wow.
40.
I wouldn't have thought that right now.
No, not right now. I've set other houses. I set a house in Ogden, nobody in 2 hours.
Okay.
I've set some other houses, maybe 2 or 3. Set one in Harriman, maybe 2 or 3 people. Okay, that was about $1 million house. Different. But to know that there was 40 people actively looking, and I was actually shocked that more people actually were walking through with their agents. Usually their agents would just send them through. But I had probably 6 or 7 groups come through with their agent.
Excellent.
Okay. So agents are more involved.
Good.
Which is key.
That's the key thing. It's good for them to be involved.
So it's there.
Yeah.
What we're seeing from a buyer standpoint and how to get the best price and best house in today's market is just this. These sellers are still a little bit delusional. It may not be the word, but they've seen what everybody else got in the last 2 years. Yeah. Their mindset is still set there.
Right.
So they're pricing these properties up here, and the market's not quite there.
Which is one more reason why it's important to work with a seasoned professional that understands what's going on in the market, so that you could price the house where it needs to be priced.
Right, and as a seasoned professional, I've been here for 20 years. There's guys, I talked to another agent that I used to work with when I first started, and he's running 38 years in this business. So I've been around long enough, but I'm not new, and that's been nice because not only do you have a professional on your side, but we also have relationships. Yeah. I've done deals with most of these people. They know when I bring a deal with a lender with Blake, it's getting done.
It's going to get done. Yep.
We know how to negotiate tough things in inspections and that kind of stuff. So those relationships that I've built over the years are now more than ever. You get them multiple offers, and they have an option. Everybody's at the same offer.
Yep.
But who do they want to work with?
Who do they trust?
Who do they trust? Who have they had the good transactions with? Who have they had less turbulence with in their transactions? And it makes it easy.
Yeah.
And so on that, working with a professional is important. And here's what I'm going to get into. Negotiation skills and knowledge is more important now than ever.
Yeah.
Because if they start at this price, market's down here somewhere. Okay, and the strategy that I've seen, and most seasoned agents will start incrementally lowering that price.
Okay.
Maybe every week, maybe every 2 weeks. There's different strategies there. But as they start getting closer to where the market is, okay, their activity will increase. They'll get more showings.
Okay.
I'm a numbers guy. I love to track numbers, and what we see is for every 8 showings, we get 1 offer.
Okay.
So if we're on the market for a month and only have 4 showings, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of time.
Got it.
We need 4 more to even see an offer. Whether the offer's good or not is a different story.
Right.
But as they start getting closer to the market threshold, their activity increases. So I believe when we take a buyer, we can get this price, okay? But we got to negotiate it when they're up here,
Right.
okay? Because by the time they get it to the market, now the competition, everybody's interested.
Right.
And now multiple offers. Everybody knows what happens in multiple offers.
Okay.
Price goes up.
Gotcha.
Okay? Doesn't mean you're not going to get the house, because I got some really cool strategies that have proven themselves in the last 2 years when we have 10, 15, 20 offers on a property.
I've seen
and
those.
we win those.
Yes.
And there's
Uncannily.
Uncannily. Yeah. Even I shocked myself. But it's really cool. So if you get in a multiple offer situation, that doesn't scare me, because I can still get you the house. But are you going to pay more money? Yeah, because you need to be the highest bidder.
Right.
Okay. So as they start getting down closer to that threshold, we want to negotiate it to their bottom line before everybody else gets in.
Right.
And we can do that, and it's in the negotiation. I've got a couple clients right now that it's just playing this game.
Right.
They wrote an offer, they countered offered, very little off their asking price. We just had to let the offer expire because we're way too far off.
Okay.
Okay. It might be the only offer other than some lowball investor offer this person said.
Right.
So when we just blatantly walk away from it because it just doesn't make sense for my client, the seller has to start thinking,
Yep.
"Oh crap! What did I do?"
Yep.
And in my experience, when you sell a house, more times than not, your first offer out of the gates is your best offer.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if you don't think it's the right offer, if you stay on the market long enough, you're going to realize that now you've reduced your price past where that offer was,
right,
and it was your best offer.
Interesting. Okay.
It's funny how that works. I can't put any rhyme or reason or other than experience.
Interesting.
On that.
Well, it kind of makes a little sense to me because when the beginning, it's new, it's fresh. There are no other offers. You have somebody that comes in and sees it on the MLS, or their trusted realtor directs them to that spot, and they go, "Wow, that's a beautiful house. I really like that." And it makes sense to me that you would get in the beginning of time, you get the better offers.
I call it the critical 5 days of a list of putting your house on the market.
Okay.
Those first 5 days are critical.
All right.
And how you put that into the market, how you splash it in the market. You got to make sure you got pictures, you got everything, all the marketing done before you just throw it out there.
Okay.
Because if you throw one out and it doesn't have pictures the minute it hits the market, and you load it an hour or two later, you've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost time and money. So negotiating now is more important than ever to get that price. We will get you that price.
Great.
Pending a seller's just totally stick in the mud and just unwilling to look at what reality is. But the market's going to tell a seller what's going on.
Right.
They're not going to know. They're not going to be oblivious to going, "Oh, why is my house not selling?" Houses sell on three basic principles: price, condition, exposure.
Okay.
Okay. And if you just expose it out to the world and the price is way too high, you're not going to sell.
Right.
If the price is right in line but nobody knows about it, it's not going to sell either.
Not going to sell.
We call those for sell by owners. Okay?
All right.
You put a sign in your yard. Who's the highest bidder? You are right now.
Yeah.
Maybe your neighbor can afford it, maybe not. But who knows it's for sale?
Right.
You put it on the local classified. But who's going to get to the most money out of that? The broker, a skilled negotiating agent that has the exposure to everybody.
That makes so much sense.
So if the price is right and everybody know about it, but the condition is just not good, you need to bring the condition up to match that price. And it's we can tell based on the numbers where we missing that.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
If nobody's even coming to see it, we know it might be one thing. If a lot of people are seeing it and not buying it, it's not because nobody knew about it.
Right.
Okay. 40 people did not know about this house. They knew about it.
Right.
Okay. So it's this little dance to mold those together and make sure they're all proper.
Perfect.
And from a listing side, when sellers come to me, it's really important that we coach them and steer them in the right direction. It's just one of the things I live by. You know, my job and the mantra that I live by is my job is to guide you,
Okay.
lead you, and protect you.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not an attorney, but
Okay.
I can sure protect you
Within the scope of what you're doing.
of my business, how we draft the contract, what's in the contract. And I'm going to lead you and guide you. I'm not going to shove you in there. Okay, I'm not the one making the decisions.
Right.
This is your house, not mine.
Right.
Okay, you're going to buy it. You're making those decisions. So I'm going to lead you, guide you, and protect you through that process. And you'll hear me say lead, guide, and protect because I just really live by. Because if I get outside that, we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah.
You know, and it's got to come back to, am I leading? Am I guiding? And most importantly, protecting my client.
That's so important. I know as a homeowner myself and as a home buyer myself and as a home seller, those things are absolutely imperative. And it's so nice to understand that the person that you're working with has got your back,
Yeah.
has got the experience,
Yeah.
has the knowledge, the strategies, and frankly, the integrity.
Oh, integrity is huge.
That's huge because that's largely lacking, I think, in a lot of cases. There's some great people out there. There's some not so great. But to
not
know
just
that
in the real estate industry, but in life in general.
In life.
What we see, it's some interesting things have happened with people
Yeah.
over the last few years, and you know, from having to mask up and not be able to smile at somebody, not be able to shake their hand,
Right.
You know, not be able to give them a hug. Like people just need to love.
They do.
You know, and without getting our soapbox here, just the more love. It's just, you know how far a smile goes.
Yeah.
You know, a hug to somebody. You know, I connected with an old friend, and you know what? I finished a conversation. I haven't talked to him in 10 years. It's like, I love you, bro.
Well-
It's just we're missing the love, and so integrity and just loving people is what we do.
we don't care how much you know until we know how much you care.
Oh, so true, so true. Absolutely right. So,
Well, and back to the integrity thing, I think so important because as a home buyer or seller, I would want to know that the person representing me has got integrity, that they truly care about me and that they truly want what's best for me. And most importantly, that supersedes whatever motivation they might have as far as commission or anything else.
Certainly.
It's like, you come first.
Yeah.
Like, and as you said, like, I'm not here to push you through that door. I'm here to lead you
Yeah.
to that water, and then you can choose to drink.
Right, and some of these things that I'm letting people know about right now, I've learned over 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, and so that experience is, I didn't always know how to handle most of these situations. It's negotiating, inspections and appraisals and how to talk about price without offending a seller to get the best price. This stuff didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, no.
This is 20 years of experience and working with this agent, and so many agents in this market that have mentored me and have followed, have taught me a lot of it. So now's the time that experience needs to be put into work, because
Agreed.
this is a market that we haven't seen before.
We have not, and
But-
this takes more strategy than ever, I believe.
Right. But it still doesn't change how you treat people, how you take care of people, how you look out for people,
Yeah.
how you protect them. Because a lot of my business is by referral only.
Yeah.
Just like yours.
Yeah, yeah.
People that have known me, trust me. They send me the referrals. People they know, they care about. They want to have that same experience.
Yeah.
And so those guys trust.
Yep.
And they had a good experience. At the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's not about anything. It's about the day when I have to walk away from this industry. I walk away with my name.
Yeah.
It's my name on all this.
Yeah.
And I really take that to heart, and I
Yeah.
don't take that for granted. That means a lot to me. So
Yeah.
my reputation is everything to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what keeps my business going. The minute I get a bad reputation, I'm done.
Yeah, agreed.
You know,
Well, they say trust
so-
is the hardest thing to gain and the easiest thing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely true. And so, just like you, I value loyalty. I value those clients that come back to me.
Yeah.
I just had one recently come back to me. I've sold him several properties over my career. He's a contractor. He deals with lots of agents. And when it comes time for him to buy his personal property, what his wife say? And we know what's good for us. We listen to what our wife says, and his wife says, "Call Stu.
Yeah.
Get his take on this." And so it's cool to reconnect with that.
That feels good.
Yeah. Thanks,
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for shedding some light on what we're doing right now, what the market looks like, and appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Yeah.